The current state of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is an absolute joke. The content surrounding the community right now is nothing more but a bunch of grown men bickering back and forth of this game's amazing or this game's trash. Wow, all you do is key spam. Wow, you suck. 90% people left. 90%, everybody's gone. Like, that's all we're talking about as far as Sparking Zero goes nowadays. It's actually quite pathetic that the community is actually based around people just complaining about the game, and you know, that's really bad for a fighting game in general, man. And what makes it even more sad is it's a fighting game and nobody wants to fight on the game. Everybody wants to just complain and cry on Twitter, cry in their YouTube videos. It's actually so sad that we have a fighting game, and when there's all this beef going on, nobody wants to fight. Everybody wants to complain. Wow, you're doing this in the game. You're key spamming. You're calling the game trash. You're calling the game good. Womp, womp, womp. All that's going on right now is people complaining about the game instead of playing the game itself. And you know what? It's kind of hard to play the game when there's no content in it. You got all this controversy going on in this game and not one person wants to actually throw hands. And if they are throwing hands, it's a wager match. Like, to get your point across, you gotta put money up to fight someone. It's actually lame. I don't understand it, but like I said, man, the community itself is just getting really sad and pathetic. These are not kids. These are grown men and women. A lot of people like to say that key spamming is ruining the game, or a certain playstyle is ruining the game, instant sparking is ruining the game. The game is called Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and you're crying about people sparking. It's actually insane. It's cope. Nothing but a lot of man children on Twitter and YouTube crying and screeching on the top of their lungs, trying to get someone to hear them and voice their opinion. It's pathetic, and I hope that Bandai Namco does not fold under pressure and change anything about this game as far as mechanics go, because I think the game is perfectly balanced the way it should be, or perfectly unbalanced, I should say. And I really have no problems with the game mechanic-wise, except for maybe sometimes perception. But other than that, everything about this game is very Dragon Ball accurate, in my opinion. And, you know, I like it. No complaints whatsoever. But there are some things about this game that are bad. And again, I will say this one more time, that if they do patch key blast and add key sickness or whatever it is that they want, that does not mean everybody's going to come back and play this game, because people did not stop playing this game because of key blast spam. People did not stop playing this game because of instant spark. They stopped playing the game because of the lack of content. There's not much content in this game. They can add 30 more characters tomorrow and it wouldn't matter, because those same people that come back are going to leave within 24 hours. Why? Because there's no content in the actual game. If you tell anyone that this game is a perfect 10 out of 10, then you have some type of Namekian Dende down your throat. I need you to take it out and spit it out, my guy, because that's literally not accurate whatsoever. This game is not a perfect 10 out of 10, but the game is also not a bad game. It just lacks content. If they were to add Super 17 tomorrow, or Ultra Ego Vegeta, whoever it may be, it will not be enough to keep people playing Sparking Zero. If they were to add a few more maps, it would help, but it would not keep people playing Sparking Zero. They could literally add Orange Piccolo, Cell Max, Beast Gohan tomorrow. It will not help Sparking Zero, because even though people will come back to play the game, they're only coming back to do one thing and one thing only, and that is literally playing ranked. Alright, and ranked is a very toxic game mode where people go on there to win, and there's a lot of people on there that can't handle a loss, and they want to nerf the players that actually play the game every day and learn how to play the game. Some people don't like that, and now ranked is, you know, just people crying and complaining, grown men, by the way, with their diapers on, crying that they can't beat this mechanic and they need it patched. That's what's going on in Sparking Zero right now. The game is just going through a midlife crisis, and the game is only 1 month old, 30 days. It's only 30 days old, and we're already going through a midlife crisis on the lifespan of the game. It's not a good look, and whether people want to agree or not, they're gonna have to realize that this game is not finished. It feels very unfinished. There's no way that the wishes from Shenron and Paradagon, wherever that man's name is, they are so mid. And I feel like a lot of games in BT3 and BT2, Shenron wasn't that good as well, but when you're playing games like Xenoverse, Shenron actually was really decent. And also in Dragon Ball Heroes, Shenron was really good. Even in the Breakers, even though it is part of gameplay, Shenron is really good. But in this game, he feels very useless. And to get Dragon Balls itself is already a tasking thing to do. It's a grind. And when you're grinding for these Dragon Balls and you're getting rewarded something so mid, it's like a slap in the face. When you're on this game, your only type of dopamine rush you're getting is when you go on ranked and you beat someone, and then, you know, sometimes they rage quit, which also pisses pisses you off. So now you're going in this game mode where you're supposed to have fun, level up, rank up, and, you know, prove you're the best on the leaderboards. And then you got these grown men rage quitting app because they can't beat you and they're sore losers. So now the game just feels like a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're actually on this game and you're just wasting your life and time playing it because you're not even getting the reward you should be getting when you're playing it. So it's just a big slap in the face, and nobody really wants to talk about that. And I'm not saying the game's trash. I'm saying it has its problems, and until we address the real problems, the core issues with Sparking Zero, it will never get better. Yeah, they can patch key blast, right? They can add key sickness. Yeah, they can add more characters. Yeah, they can add more maps. But what is that gonna do for the long run? Literally nothing at all. It's gonna do nothing for the game's lifespan by adding any of those things, because again, all you can do on this game is go on ranked. Now, yeah, you do have your custom battles, but again, that's also very limited content, and yeah, they can add more during like a DLC update or free update, whatever it may be, but again, still limited and not enough to play Sparking Zero, in my opinion, man. Not in my opinion, it's not enough. It's never gonna be enough. Now, there are some things they can do that we can talk about today, like for instance, adding more to the shop, adding more customization, adding a battle pass, adding things in the game that make you feel rewarded and make you feel good about playing the game, because right now you're not gonna feel good playing ranked because all people do on there is quote-unquote cheese, even though I don't believe in cheese, because if you bought the game, you play it how you want. But you know, for the normal, the typical casual player, it's cheese, right? And they don't like that. And then also you got the rage quitting for the people that do play the game every day. It's just a very stressful experience playing this game. This game is actually very stressful. It's not really fun. Even when you're playing with your friends, man, it just doesn't feel that fun. This is like I'm wasting my time playing this game. There's no real dopamine rush going on. There's no real rewarding feeling going on. I mean, yeah, it feels good playing your friends when you win. Yeah. But then again, that's all you can really do, man. I feel like the game modes are very limited. They're not too fun. You're just not really enjoying the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero experience until the game feels like it's actually completed. And I feel like that shop, man, it has so much potential. The shop is just a big slap in the face. There's no new updates coming out in the shop. I thought it would be like a bi-weekly update adding new items to the shop. Why? There's so much customization in the Dragon Ball world, and I feel like that was not tapped into for the making of this game whatsoever. People are saying there might be a Sparking Zero 2, but that's just so sad to say it out loud. It just sounds crazy saying that out loud. Like, yeah, well, Sparking Zero 2 will have it. Like, bro, the game's not even been out a month and we're already talking about Sparking Zero 2. The game's not even been out a month and we're talking about, like, you know, DLC content. Like, the content is not there. It's not there. The game is not a completed game. It's not. It's realistically not a completed game. And until y'all be real with yourself and have that conversation, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear about the key blast spamming. I don't want to hear about, you know, the rage quitting. I don't want to hear about any of that stuff until we focus on the core issue with the game, and that's gonna be literally the content missing in the game. I don't care if this guy said the game's trash. I don't care if this guy said the game's good. I don't care about any of the petty drama going on in the community. Let's talk about the actual core issue, and that's gonna be the game itself. I don't care about everybody else's opinion on the game. That's irrelevant. Let's fix the actual game and the actual core issues, and then we can have a conversation about everyone's opinion. Until then, lock in and actually think about the state of the game and not the state of everybody else's opinion. Have a good day. Be safe. I'm out.
I know that you hate when I distance myself. I promise you, girl, this is all for my health. You don't understand, I want nobody else. But my life full of pain, and when it pour, it really rain. I'm dealing with some fame, and I know it sounds lame, but it's true. Turn the camera on, I'm either criticize or idolize. Text you that I love you just in case I fucking die tonight. I ain't talking suicide, girl, I'm talking do or die. If I ever lose it, I just hope I find myself in time. Truth is, I don't wanna do this anymore.